Hello everyone, welcome back to Clear Vision Tarot. Today's reading is one of the most favorites, I feel like, for a lot of people who like to watching pick a card readings, is the love reading. So I decided to do a few of them just to kind of separate singles and the people that are in a relationship right now. So this one is going to be specifically for singles. Because I feel like there's not too many videos that I go just specifically for people in a relationship or single people. So here we're going to be looking at singles and your twin flame or soulmate. The term twin flame is a little bit, I would say, controversial. Some people don't believe in twin flame. Some people don't believe to be half of somebody. Some people think that soulmates are, you can encounter multiple soulmates, throughout your life, which I totally agree with. So I use term twin flame kind of loosely, but the idea is that we'll see and we'll read about the one. So there is a specific person you one day gonna end up with in this particular timeline. So we will see who is this person in comparison with you. There is going to be like a mirror kind of reading, and we'll see where they're at as well as you are, where they're coming from, where they're going towards, and some steps you're going to be need to make towards each other, and like the ultimate advice. So I think it's going to be pretty cool, and I hope it's going to be very informative for you guys. I've done this kind of readings before for people in private readings, and they work pretty well. So I'm going to try to do it for specific groups, and we'll see how it works. So we have 4 piles here today. So you guys just can pause and take a few deep breaths and just decide which one you drawn the most. And I have a little stones here today as well. So this is a group number 1, and this is a Labradorite heart. This is group number 2. This is a huge stone, but it kind of reminds me, it looks a little bit like a natural heart shape. This is Carnelian, and it's very beautiful. So this is, I completely forgot the name of the stone, but let me know in the comments. But this is another little heart right here. And this is one of my favorite stones. It's a tourmaline. It's like a naturally kind of conjoined 2 points together. It's a pretty powerful stone here. So this is group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, and group number 4. So you can pause the video, take a few deep breaths, like I said, kind of try to envision yourself with this person or how you feel, and then open up your eyes and just try to choose the pile you're most drawn to. I'll put the timestamps in the description down below, and let's start with group number 1. Hello group 1, welcome to your reading. So I just shuffled the cards behind the camera, but I didn't look at it, so it's as much for me as a surprise as it is for you. So what we have here today is we have 2 sides. There's going to be person number 1 and person number 2. I decided not to assign a certain side to whoever is watching, because you guys kind of hear what's going to be the side number 1, side number 2, and decide which one resonates more with you, and the opposite is going to be your person. So how it works here, we have the present energy. So where are you at right now? We have the past energy, we have the future energy, where these people going to be moving, and we have the steps necessary to be made for this union to happen as soon as possible. And also we have this card right here, which is a union card and ultimate advice for whoever is watching it right now. So let's just start with the cards. So for the present energy, person number 1 has the Page of Wands. Past energy, we got 2 cards here. We have Page of Swords, interesting, and the 4 of Wands. Okay. And for the future energy, we have 8 of Swords. Interesting. Okay. So for the person number 2, present energy is the Tower, Archangel Uriel, the Fire of God. Okay. The past energy is 8 of Pentacles. Okay, God the Teacher. Interesting. And the future energy is 2 of Wands, the Helping God. I see you. Okay, so let's just start with this, I guess. So let me just think for a second here. So let's start with site number 1. So what I see here is the Page of Swords in the present, and we have 4 of Wands and the Page of Wands in the present, 4 of Wands and Page of Swords in the past. What it tells me is, it's actually like the instant feeling I got is that possibly, or more likely, this person was recently in the union with somebody else or in a relationship, and it feels like it was pretty serious one for a lot of people, but something sudden happened, and it looks like it's not that far off, long time ago. So something sudden happened, and this person kind of lost it all, I would say, or just lost this person. It might be a physical loss, or maybe a third-party situation even, or just, something happened. But it seems like it was not this person's choice. Maybe it was a choice if they found some information, but it seems like they were not planning to split with the other person, but something happened. It's like fate, or like a destiny kind of thing, something just happened, and that they couldn't control, and they had to part ways with this person. But it seems like they were pretty fine or pretty comfortable with how things were going. Some people it looks like were engaged or going to get married, so something serious was going. But I feel like since it's you, or maybe your person, it feels like there was a divine intervention, almost, that no matter how comfortable this union was, it was not, this people who was in this union were not made for each other, So, and to me, I feel like this person was not necessarily happy, but they were comfortable in this union. But it's just, and they didn't, like sometimes you just live in a certain situation and you kind of get used to it, get comfortable, everything is fine. You don't even ask yourself, how am I doing, how am I feeling, kind of thing, it's just, it works, and that's enough. So I feel like this is the kind of thing that was going on here. And when this new information came, like I said, maybe cheating, or like something like that, or even tragically a loss, or the other person just kind of started to feel differently, it was almost a shock for this person, for this group's person. And but they couldn't do anything. They just kind of, it seems like this relationship, from the outside, it was okay, everything was fine, and then suddenly they just split, kind of thing, So it's definitely a pretty harsh situation for this person. But it seems like to me that they kind of tried to move on very fast, and they're like, okay, that's it, I'm gonna be starting over, blah blah blah, and this is why I feel like it's kind of recent for a lot of people, because there is a Page of Wands here, and it feels like and there was a page of swords, you know. So it's a new beginning. I'm starting something new. I'm moving, or maybe starting a new job. Like, so this person tried to distract themselves from whatever they've experienced, and it feels like they didn't have enough time to grieve. And I'm not even saying, not even a physical loss, but just like grief, just like the ending of this relationship, and kind of have this like emotional health check, you know, within themselves. They didn't ask themselves how I feel. It seems like if it is about the relationship, it feels like they were in this relationship and they didn't ask themselves how they feel. They just kind of lived through this relationship, and when the relationship were over, suddenly they still moving on and kind of nuts, trying to not think about what happened, and just distracting themselves, and just like, oh, I'm just gonna work twice as hard, or just some kind of a distraction. It seems like work to me, or maybe just a rebound, you know, like other people or something like that, you know. So just kind of not looking, because what I see in the future here is actually this Eight of Swords card is very interesting in this particular deck. It talks a lot about stress and pressure and trust. A lot of trust, about trust for me. You see, the sword is surrounded by other swords. It's a very stressful situation. Some of those involved are breaking under the pressure. Some of those are kind of watching from behind, you know, or from kind of far away. And it seems like this person is on their own. There is no one to talk to. There is no one to express how they feel, and kind of, you know, vent, just to steam a little bit, just to take this edge off, you know. So to me, it seems like this person, because as you can see, there's no cups in this, you know, on this side, which kind of tells me that this person has been putting away connecting to their emotions, connecting to their feelings for far too long. And even when something happened in the recent past where they had to move forward with something new, they still kind of not addressing this this situation. It seems like they've been in this relationship. They kind of felt a certain way. They didn't ask themselves how they feel, and then the relationship was over and they move forward, and they still are not asking themselves, so how do I feel, what is going on, you know, how. And it's a very important thing to connect with your emotions, because if you're not doing this, it piles up more and more, and then it gets worse, and then as a result, actually, you try to distract yourself, so you put yourself under more and more pressure, and you know, you inevitably will break. So it's if this you in this particular situation, we will see. I will get some clarifiers and see, because I don't want you to live your hanging, kind of, you know, and in the sense like, oh, what am I going to break, something like that. If this is you, just know that there is a warning for you there. It's time to connect with your emotions. It's time to, if you have people in your life, because it seems like this person have some people but they're kind of far away. So if you have people in your life, if you have somebody to talk to, go and talk to them, go and explain, go and express your feelings and emotions. But it feels like this is more masculine energy, and I'm not saying this is a male, but maybe just more masculine energy in the sense of not expressing as much emotion, you know, like a toxic masculinity kind of thing, you know. So if you have people to talk to, go and do this. If you don't have people to talk to, start talking to yourself, start expressing how you feel. It's okay to express all these emotions. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel bad for whatever happened, but you have to start addressing whatever was happening with you in the past and is happening right now, because this fiery energy you've had before, you try to, it's really easy to burn down, you know, really fast. And it seems like you're going to this moving towards this point where it's going to be more pressure, you know. So let me see what is okay. What is, yeah, Queen of Swords is a clarifying energy. So interesting thing, like I said, for me, to me, this card talks a lot about clarity, you know, so it's time to get clear. So the future will kind of make you more, or this person, if you're not that person, make you come into the clarity, be clear with how you feel, expressing your emotions, expressing your feelings, and kind of see the road or the direction of where to go. And again, we see swords here, so this person is very is a very good like thinker, you know, so it's like a thinker mentality. It's less a feeler than a thinker, you know. This person is very pragmatic, and they kind of just try to find a practical way to everything, but it's just this is a very interesting spread. And I feel like for some reason, for most of you, this is the other side of the other person. Let me know what you guys think. So you're going to be on this side and this is the other person, because it seems like there is or maybe this is you, and you just kind of recently started going through your awakening and started asking all these questions. How do I feel? What do I feel? So maybe this is you, because this is a lot of like pragmatic or like practical energy I see here, and we just the person who is used to kind of deal with everything is just by doing, moving forward, and just not kind of stopping and, you know, contemplating on the things of how they feel. But this is a good moment of clarity that is coming. We'll see with the next steps. But and I feel like there is some energy, and possibly, since it's a Queen of Swords, a feminine energy that's coming. It's not a man, or it's not a man or a woman. It can be both, but it can be anyone actually. But what we see here, that somebody will actually help you to see a clearer picture. So like I said, maybe you'll use this advice, or maybe this person will see somebody, it's a friend, or maybe even, you know, a therapist, somebody you can talk to about or they can talk to about this thing that's been going on with them, and kind of start letting their emotions out and start trusting, you know, because this is the thing number one. Because somebody really messed up with your trust, and they've had this problem in the past, but they didn't acknowledge it. You know, this person kind of not acknowledges a lot of things that's going on within themselves. They are living kind of like on the outside, which is not a bad thing. And from the outside, it seems like this person's done pretty well for themselves. You know, they're like, self-made, just go and get, you know, like very well put together on the outside. You look at them and you're like, wow, that's, you know, this is a very mature person. They know what they're doing, and also they're fun to be around. It's all that. But with it, like underneath, there is a lot of pain, you know, that needs to come out. And I feel like the future will actually help them to work through this. You know, somebody will help. The person will help to start this process of kind of, you know, getting rid of all of that old suppressed emotion, you know, which is pretty cool, because, you know, we come to the point of clarity here, which is that's what this person needs, because they think like they know where they're going, they think like they know what they're doing, but is it their heart or their mind tells them where to go, right? So we'll get another clarifier, and there's a Three of Cups, the right hand of God, which is you know, pretty much the card of happiness, you know, and just reaping what you sow. And here it says fame and renown, influences commerce, voyages, and great discoveries. And in traditional tarot, this is definitely a card of just a happy situation. So it seems like I said, there's going to be some clarity and some new people, new friends coming into your life, and possibly this union happening, because for whatever reason, I feel like this particular group are pretty close to each other in the time. if you look at the time, it's not, this is not a journey, that's not something that's going to happen after you in 1 year or even 6 months. It's something that's very, very, very close. Because this is why, because all the pressure, and it feels like it's always darkest before the dawn, so all the pressure is kind of, this people are, this person is putting themselves through, and this person, we'll talk about them later, but there is a lot of pressure that is like, they're gonna get to the kind of breaking point and be like, okay, I can't do this anymore, and then they kind of open up their heart, and they'll be ready to receive. Because the reason you guys didn't meet, as I can tell with this from this side, is definitely the trust issue, and the not there's no desire to acknowledge their own emotions, so it's time to kind of get connected within yourself, to be open to receive love. Okay, so person number 2, another interesting thing, that we have a tower, which is a literal breaking point, something that's just, if this person had this kind of similar thing in the past, this person has this in the right now. Everything is changing, everything is, and it's a sudden change as well, so everything is changing. And when I see a tower card, I always try to see what was lost and what's coming, pretty much. So what was lost, we have here 5 of Swords, which is pretty cool. And so what's the situation about? Okay. Oh, 4 of Cups. Wonderful. So yeah, we can see here, you can see the difference. So pretty much this card tells me that this person, and this is 8 of Pentacles, this person has been working so hard on something. And it seems to me that this person was kind of lonely for an extended period of time, I would say, or alone. There were, and it seems like you've had some, or they've had some things going here and there, but nothing serious. And even when you were in this, like when you had this flings going on, you still kind of felt lonely or alone, and like whoever it is does not understand you. So for this group, for this person, we see the 8 of Pentacles in the past, which actually tells me a lot about, like I said, hardworking, working hard, very similar to this person, but more like doing something I like, but then getting kind of tired of doing the same thing over and over, and looking for something new, something exciting, and then some sudden change happen. Maybe you lose a job, or maybe you just decide to change your career path, something like that, start a new business, something in this sense. But it seems like this group is pretty established in the work field, so even if this person may be not happy with what they're doing, but there definitely are a good pretty good at what they do, it feels like to me, so because 8 of Pentacles are literally talking about like the masters of whatever whatever field they're involved in. So, and the future here is 2 of Wands, which again tells me that something new is coming. We decide to broaden our horizons. We want to move forward. We want to do something new, something exciting, and something that's just will actually benefit us. And from what I see here from the Tower, you see we have 5 of Swords and we have 4 of Cups. And if I said in the beginning that this person did something they liked, maybe it was in the beginning, like in the past, but then something started to change, and whatever happened, they were involved with somebody who were pretty much, who was very egotistical, I would say. If they work for somebody, it's probably somebody who didn't really appreciate what they were doing, even though they're pretty good professional, but their experience and their input was never appreciated enough. So this person really wanted to break free, and they seems like they did, because there's 4 of Cups, and in this particular deck. The Four of Cups to me speaks more about, again, about clarity and about, you know, the cups. It's half full, but it's half full. You know, it's not half empty kind of thing. You know, so it's kind of breaking through, and like I said, maybe losing a job or some sort of commitment this person have been involved in. But definitely a major change going on, and it seems like right now, if this is you, it seems like right now you don't really. It's kind of like this person is going to go through. I apologize, my camera just went off for some reason. So yeah, very similar to this person that's going to be happening here in the future for them, right before they start working through their thing. You know, they get to the point of no return kind of thing. You know. So you past this point, you know, you just something just happened or about to happen, this breakthrough, and for some it was very much anticipated, and you're kind of happy that it's happening. For some of you, you're kind of scared because it's unknown, you don't know what to do. But don't worry, guys, because you have Two of Wands here, which is a choice, and we broaden our perspectives. And this is in this deck, this is this card called the Helping God. So there's definitely some help coming towards you, you know, and you'll receive something that you were looking for. Also, this card talks about the love and wisdom, victory over those who would attack you, you know. So like I said, if you have this problem with whoever you were working, somebody didn't appreciate you enough, don't worry about this. You know, it's just all gonna go away. And also this card talks about love, this card talks about happiness. Like I said before, I kind of feel that this union is about to happen. It's very, very close. Let's see the steps necessary for the union. So the person number one got the Judgment. Okay, atonement of errors destroys the power of enemies and humiliates them. Beautiful. And this is Six of Swords for the person number two. Okay, so the Judgment, you know, again, to me this talks a lot about, like I said, somebody did them dirty or you dirty, you know. Very, very, very similar situations on my on my opinion. Here I feel like it was more like a relationship thing. Here I feel like it was more work or like money related something, you know. So and with this person, there were more feelings involved than it should be with somebody that you're not in a relationship with. And with this person, there was no feeling involved, generally speaking, right? But this person was, it looks like they were in a relationship. So the Judgment, the steps that necessary to get to the union is yeah, work through the Judgment. It's you know, the ultimate card of working through the, you know, the closing those how do I say, healing those traumas, or you know, working through karma and all that stuff. And it seems like, you know, the time has come for this person, like we talked about here, that it's time for them to work through whatever it is and just kind of release the karma, you know. So the Judgment here, it helps you to release the karma. It yeah, the God hidden in darkness. So yeah, like, to me, the like, also I don't know if I mentioned it here before, but there's something about the like I said, maybe there was a third party situation, because, and trust, you know, the God hidden in darkness, it's kind of represents this person here. And as we can see, it's very dark cards, but also this person used to not really show what they are and who they are, and it doesn't mean that they are a bad person. They're amazing, actually. I feel like they're just beautiful, but it's just they're just kind of so afraid to show their emotion, because maybe somebody taught them that showing your emotion is weak or something like that, you know. So the time will come, and the necessary step for this union, like I said, you see, is to release the karma, work through your traumas, or start working through that, and then the union will happen. And with the Queen of Swords here and Three of Cups, and like I said, it's time for you to work through that, and this is your future position or their future position, and it pretty much tells me that they're going to do this step like really soon in this near future. This is why this is so exciting, because the union is definitely happening very soon. So for this group, or for this person, we have here Six of Swords. Again, the transition, somebody like long awaited transition, something new, and maybe as a result you guys are gonna move somewhere, because Two of Wands sometimes talks about moving. If you thought about moving, great idea. Probably gonna work well for you, because Six of Swords talks about the transition, and this is a very beautiful card. I don't know if you can see it, but there's actually, let me try and, there's actually, it's really hard to see. These are huge swords, and there's actually, you see there's boats that are just kind of traveling through the dark, in the unknown. So for this card, definitely, if for this group, I would say find some friends, find some people to talk to, and start working through your trauma, and start seeing that being emotional and opening up to your emotions is not weakness. It's actually one of the greatest strengths you will ever have. For this person, I would definitely say, do not resist whatever is happening. Do not be afraid to make the leap of faith, and just do this. It seems like something has been on your mind, and you wanted to do something for a very long time. Whatever it is, something, and you probably, if you're watching, if you're the group watching, you know what I'm talking about. There was something you've been thinking about for a very long time, and you wanted it so badly but you didn't do anything, that the destiny kind of starts happening to you, and things are kind of start unfolding, and you're getting really scared. Like I said, if you hated the job you were in, and you all of a sudden you lost the job, and you're like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? Go back to this idea you've had before, go back to this feeling you wanted, something you wanted to do, and start make little steps. Like I said, for some of you guys, it's definitely some sort of a physical move, or just expansion in general. Maybe you will be going, if you're working for somebody, you will be going to kind of similar field, but a different company, or even broaden your perspective. If you have your own business or something, you'll be just kind of expanding whatever you're doing. Maybe you've been selling one product, and you'll sell a few of them, something like that. But definitely do not hesitate, and do not be afraid of this transition, because it seems like with this tower right now, whatever is happening it's already started. So for you guys, just don't be afraid, just make this leap of faith, just jump into this into the unknown, because it definitely will lead you to this person, and it seems like this person is about to do the steps necessary. So, and like I said, it's very interesting, because for them the steps necessary are in their near future, and for you the steps necessary is literally happening with you right now. It's just, don't hesitate, and just kind of just move along, and it's pretty much here. It's very exciting. So let's see the Union card and the ultimate advice for you. This is a dragonfly spirit. Truth transcends illusion. Exactly, guys. For these people, like I said, be honest with yourself. Come clean about your emotions and how you feel. For these people, again, the truth transcends illusion. The illusion that you've been living for some time. Something that was very similar with this people, something very comfortable, but it's just kind of not working out. So it's time to be truthful to yourself, and do not be afraid to make this jump. Like I said, with the dragon spirit as a union card and 22 right here, I would definitely say that this union is going to be, it's when you meet some people, like a couple, and you look at them and they seem so similar, as if they're I don't know, siblings, I guess, or something. I don't want to sound gross or anything, but like they look alike. They're very mm, they kind of finish each other's sentences. They're very in tune and in sync, and it's because it kind of shows me that you are guys pretty much in sync right now, right here. And it's a very good dynamic because in this relationship, like in a very healthy relationship, there's always, you're not gonna just go together all the time. There's always going to be like one of you are going to go forward a little bit and the other person's going to just kind of follow, and then go forward, and then the other person's going to follow and go forward. And so there's going to be like a constant development, constant growth, because it seems to me like you both are very, very hard workers and are working hard for your dreams. And this person, as well as this person, will definitely there is a lot of passion here. And for this person, I feel like you will find your passion kind of, and it's going to be more prominent once you come into the union. For this person, definitely they will learn from this person a lot about emotional strength, and they see that being emotional is very strong, because I feel like this group is more emotional than this one. So this is a very, very beautiful union, definitely, especially with this 22. Like I said, it's 2 and 2. It's literally twin flame energy to me. And also this is a master number, and like a master creator, somebody who came here to build something really, really big. And it feels like you guys are here to build something big, but I feel like it's going to be separately. Like I said, this person's gonna be doing something and the other person's gonna be doing something. It's kind of like, and you both are here to do something pretty cool, something pretty extraordinary. Once you come into this union, definitely there's going to be more and more strength. Definitely a power couple vibe. Very, 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 very passionate and very strong connection. Obviously, if this is the one, I'm not going to talk about being loyal or all that. It's not going to be even the question. It's this kind of relationship where it feels like you're finally home. So this is this kind of relationship. There's this feeling of just serenity, and you just feel peaceful. Peaceful, just by being in this, in this union. And definitely, whatever you're going through right now, it seems as soon as I started talking about the union itself, whatever you're going through right now, it seems kind of dark, and it's a lot of uncertainty, definitely, with this group. With this group in general, with both of you, just know that you're not alone. Whoever's watching, you're not alone. They're going through the same thing, but it's gonna be worth it once you meet each other. And guys, I tell you, this is a very, very soon union. I don't really like to say, it's gonna be soon, or give like a time frames, because I don't want people to expect and then maybe just miss it, or want it too much and then kind of miss it because of that. I don't know, but the idea generally is that it's going to be happening. It's happening. It's going to be happening pretty soon. So just do some work. Like I said, if this is you, just go and start working through this emotion and through this trauma, and start trusting, opening up, start closing this, working through this karma, and closing the doors with certain people and opening up new ones, and put down your walls a little bit, But if this is you, just do not hesitate, move forward with this transition. This is definitely going to lead you to this beautiful union. And this it's a total mirror here with this dragonfly spirit. You see, it's just amazing, beautiful. Heart chakra healing definitely is going to be happening here, and a lot of bright, interesting situation. And I feel like you guys is going to be traveling a lot for some reason. You know, some of you wanted to do this for a long time, but didn't get a chance. Somebody is traveling a lot, so you can kind of join. So it tells me that you guys probably gonna work from home, or some kind of a remote job, or maybe own your own business, because it seems like you're not really connected or connected to like a once, or attached to one certain spot, you know, which is pretty cool. So I hope it all made sense. It was a little bit scattered. I feel like I feel like I was jumping from one thing to another, because it seems like this energy here and here is a little bit kind of shaky. This one's in the future, and like this is internal kind of crisis, and this is kind of external, you know, I wouldn't say crisis, but it seems like a one. But guys, don't worry, because this union is definitely bringing something new horizons and happiness, pretty much, you know. So I hope it resonated and you guys enjoyed the video. So if it did, just let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you thought, what you felt. Let's just have a conversation. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Love and light. Hello, group 2. Welcome to your reading. You guys chose this beautiful Carnelian. Looks a little bit like heart to me. I don't know. I just decided to use this one for the reading. So I just shuffled the cards behind the camera, and I didn't look at the cards because I really wanted to be like a surprise as much as it for me as it is for you. So how's it gonna look today? Yeah, so basically we have 2 different sides. So it's a mirror reading. We have person 1. This is the card that represents them, their past, and like where they're moving towards. And these are the steps that are needed to be made in order to get into the union. This is person number 2. Accordingly, we have the same positions here. And this is going to be the card of the ultimate union and the general advice for whoever is watching this video right now. So I've done this reading a few times for my personal readings, and it gave me a lot of interesting insight, and it actually helped people a lot. So I hope this will resonate with you too, and will help you to get into the union with this special one as soon as possible. So let's just start with person number 1. So the card that represents them is, we can see here, I don't know if you can see, this is the Queen of Wands. Beautiful. The past energy, it's Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. This is one of the most beautiful decks, by the way. It looks so interesting. It's like you have to put a certain light in order to see everything, but it looks pretty awesome. The imagery here is amazing. So we have, for the future energy, we have 10 of Cups. Oh wow. And 9 of Wands. Okay, this is, I like this one already. This person is doing some good work, I see. Let me just put it like this. And for the person number 2, we're gonna have the present energy is the Tower, and it's the same card I think group 1 got here as well. So past energy, we have again the Strength in reverse. Okay. And for the future energy, we got 2 cards again. There's King of Cups and 2 of Pentacles. This is beautiful, you guys. Oh, let me just put it so you can all see it. Okay, so I'm not going to open these cards yet. We'll just kind of read the energy first. So I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but I'm not going to kind of assign group aside to whoever's watching. So basically, you'll hear what I'll be saying, and you'll decide which one you resonates the most with, so the other will be your counterpart. Okay, so for the person number one, this is a very interesting energy here. So with this Queen of Wands in reverse, and especially with this Carnelian just sitting right here, to me it's kind of very, very similar energy here. So what I'm seeing is this person is actually fully, at this moment of life, they're fully ready to commit to get into the new level, to the new level of their life. It seems like they're doing pretty well with everything they have. Most likely it's the job, so it seems like this person is a pretty good professional what they're doing, but the most important thing, they're very passionate about what they're doing at the moment. And it seems like it's kind of if you are the one who's watching it, or if this is your counterpart, it's the time right now where you kind of feel like you're sitting on your throne, and like it's a time after a certain time of certain time of uncertainty. But after a certain period of kind of like a dark time, I would say, now everything is clear, and now it looks like you're finally get to do something, or they finally got to do something that they've been willing to do for a very long time. And it seems like, so what I see it for some people is that they've had some kind of a hobby or something like that, right? And they loved it so much, but they had to do some other work, and certain things happened in their life, and it's slowly the universe gave them this wonderful opportunity to turn this hobby into a real-time, full-time job, something that they're passionate about. So to me, because with this Queen of Swords in the past, you see, especially in reverse, to me it shows a lot about things are kind of like here you see she's upside down, like, and the Queen of Swords here represents a lot of clarity, like you see things as they really are, you come into your power, like you see, because the King and Queen of Swords is that in traditional tarot, those are the ones that's sitting higher than every other king or queen in tarot, which means that they see far away, they have this clear vision, they know what to do. Here it says like something has changed for these people or for you in the past, and the world was kind of upside down. You didn't know where are you going in, what are you doing, and the most important thing, there was no passion in whatever you were doing. And since you didn't have any passion, since for some of you didn't even do anything, but since you didn't have any passion, it just seemed like, oh, I'm just like wandering in the dark, pretty much. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, where I'm going. I don't like this thing that I'm doing. Probably, to me, most likely it's the job, and it's just not satisfying anymore. I really want to do the hobby of mine, or something that I'm passionate about, but I don't know where to start. And you like they would like slowly still do it on the side, but it's just not enough to make it as a full-time job. But then something happens, and you can actually right now you got the opportunity, maybe with if whoever's watching in 2020, maybe it's the lockdowns and the quarantines, some people got some time to start doing something else besides what they were doing before, beside their normal jobs. Some people started opening their own little businesses, that they're growing pretty fast, and it seems like it here as well. So I feel like this person, and I wouldn't say for most of you, but for a lot of you actually, I think this is the counterpart. So this is not actually you, it seems like, or it feels like to me. It feels like it's the other person, and this person is really stepping in to their own power, and definitely something about opening up their own business and just kind of thriving in this sense. Things are looking out pretty well for them, and they're really well rounded. They know what they want, they know what they're doing, and it's kind of like they're pretty busy with whatever's going on with like I said, with job or profession of theirs, and it seems like they're pretty inspired as well right now, which is pretty awesome. What else can I say? When it comes to the relationship, another thing I see, this is a workaholic kind of energy here. It's the person who probably had a relationship some time ago, like longer time ago. They were single for a long time. If they had some kind of romantic relationships, it was it's like a fling, really something, like a dates here and there, or one night stands, maybe something like that. But most likely it's just there was no feelings, like deep feelings involved. And I feel like this person, the coping mechanism for feeling lonely for them is just kind of like, I'm just gonna go and do my work. I'm just gonna like pile in work, like more and more and more work. I'm just gonna get I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna distract myself with just working hard in order to not to think about all of the stuff that's kind of brings me down, that I feel lonely. So these people who, like, instead of looking for a girlfriend or a boyfriend, they just like make their job their their significant other kind of thing. So I think that's what was happening. And now, since they're opening up to their passion and they're doing something they really enjoy, and it doesn't seem as dark as it used to before, now they start to, obviously they start feel more confident within themselves, and it feels like they're opening up to a union, to find this love of their life, to find somebody. It's because this energy seems to me like more mature energy. I wouldn't say age wise more mature, but it seems like this person has been around the block, I would say, a time or two, so this person kind of knows their ways. And it seems like a few years ago, maybe, I feel like a few years ago, for some of those who were listening to this, a few years ago there was a breakup. It was very painful. So this person is like, I'm gonna just distract myself. I'm just gonna like work hard. I don't care. Then they started dating here and there a little bit, but if nothing was kind of hitting the right spot, if I can say. So they were just working more and more, but they were getting more tired because they were not really passionate in what they were doing. So now they got this opportunity, and it seems like it just happened recently, maybe a few months ago, within 6 months. That's why I'm saying whoever's watching it in 2020, probably it happened because of the quarantine and everything. They got some time, or something happened. Maybe they were laid off, and for them it felt like a relief, like, okay, I can concentrate fully on something I enjoy. And they started to see the positive results, and they get more and more confident. And it feels like some of them, or some of you, are starting to feel like, okay, I feel like it's time for me to open up to this person. And it feels like they've been ready for a long time, but they did not want to address this kind of thing. They were kind of scared, and it was kind of like they just used to just work a lot and not think about stuff. And now when things are kind of getting a little bit better for them, they're ready to bring another person, because I feel like this person as well is very if this is your significant other, if this is not your side, let's say, this person is going to be very thoughtful. Like, it's just one of these people who just like think ahead about like they have a few, like, they think a few steps ahead. Let's say if you, I don't know, if you live in let's say you live somewhere where you park your car outside, and it's snowing every morning. This person would wake up 10 minutes earlier to go and and clean up your windows and stuff like that. This kind of like little things that are just you're just not expecting, but they kind of think about this all the time. So they're very, very they just have this like caring, big heart. They are and it's just, for them it's a normal thing. They do it as, it's just like, yeah, it's normal. Like, this is what that's yeah, it's, I just, how you say, how did you think about, like, well, thanks for doing this. It's like, no, it's not a big deal for me. So this person actually really likes to I wouldn't say please, like, in a negative way, but yes, please give a lot of nice little things, and make the person they're in a relationship is more comfortable as possible. And I feel like in the past somebody took advantage of that a lot, you know, so they kind of closed a little bit. But they have this such a big heart that they didn't actually lose their they didn't lose their faith, you know, in love and something. They just decided to distract themselves with something else to kind of maybe heal or cope with this, like on a different level. But this is a very, very interesting, very thoughtful energy. You know, this person, like if you're in a relationship with this person, you just feel safe and sound 24/7, you know, and that it again doesn't really matter a man or a woman here, but it's just this kind of energy. You just feel like it's like a warm blanket that wraps, you know, you around and be like, you know, you're fine. And just always they have this positive outlook, and they always kind of just somehow they can say a few words. And even if you're anxious, or if you have anxiety, or if you're just depressed or something, and it's just like with a few words they make all the worries just go away, you know. This is the energy they have. Very, very warm, very positive energy, you know. Yes, they have their problems as well. Like I said, there's a lot of they're more of a giver than a receiver, you know. So for them, they like to give a lot, but they don't ask for too much, and they tend to close up sometimes, because the reason they do it, it's not even that it's like an introvert energy, but they tend to close and not show their true worries and things that they think about, because it's, I get this like a little bit of like a Virgo Capricorn energy for some reason, you know, thinking too much or overthinking a lot, and or maybe Aquarius, and they're not really opening this up to you, or you're not opening yourself up to another person, because they just don't want to like burden or like weigh the other person down with like, I don't want to just sell all of that, because it doesn't really matter, you know. So they tend to kind of not disregard their emotions sometimes, or their worries, because they don't want to bring negativity into this relationship, and instead they just kind of distract themselves with whatever they're doing, and they give extra, you know, because that's what brings them joy, you know. So for this person, whoever this person is, it's either you or your counterpart. For them it's definitely going to be the process in this relationship, and from now on it's to learn to communicate and to express what they feel, and not run away from their emotions, and understand that it's okay to feel the way you feel, and you know, being in a relationship, especially in a beautiful like equal union, I would say, you know, it's really important, no matter if it's a, you know, male or a female, just to open up and just express the way you feel. You're not going to weigh the other person down, because the other person is not going to judge you for how you feel, you know. You're just going to work through the things together. And here, I don't know if it will resonate with somebody, but it seems like this pattern formed in like during, you know, the childhood, because it seems like, I wouldn't say that their parents were gaslighting them or something like that, but kind of similar thing where they kind of used to adjust into like a certain, you know, like maybe moody parents or something like that. They used to adjust into a certain type of relationship, kind of disregarding how they feel, but like because they want to please their parent, they want to be a good, you know, boy or good girl, you know, all of that stuff, you know. A lot of us went through kind of similar thing, but I feel like this pattern was formed during that time, and like from childhood and just growing up, they've had this problem where they would just kind of close like would not show how they feel, because they don't want to frustrate anybody else, but they just want to give extra, you know. So this is a beautiful, but the thing about these people, they whatever they're giving, it's coming from a pure heart. They have just a very warm and big heart. They're very generous, very nice people, you know. It's just there is a little bit of a self-esteem issue with they're not really the value they give into to the other person in the relationship, and to how other persons feels. They just don't give anything to themselves, you know. So there's definitely a lesson to be learned to start addressing your own feelings and emotions, because it's just you know, it's going to make their life even happier, and this fire that's within them, they'll just warm you know, they can warm the whole world kind of thing, you know. It's just very beautiful energy here. So what I see here in the future, we have 10 of Cups. And 10 of Cups, with like I said, it's 9 of Wands, you know. So this is a very beautiful combination here, because 9 of Wands is the card of, if you can see this this wolf here, he is there's nowhere to run for him, and he's kind of really, you know, he's on the lookout, and he's about to attack somebody who he feel threatened by, probably, you know. In traditional tarot, this cards to me always speaks about and it's a clear indicator that the worst times has passed, because you don't see a figure here. He is afraid of somebody in the dark, but is there someone in the dark? We don't really know. Same with traditional tarot. This person is just standing there, and it was like the after war time, you know, and he's still expecting that, and he's still have this, like, his defense are up, and he's still expecting that maybe somebody will just jump out, and they still have to attack and just go into, you know, the war over and over again. But this card always indicates that the worst time has passed. You can open up your heart, you can move forward freely, because whatever the lessons you had to learn through pain are over now. And I feel like it's very close to what I was saying earlier here, you know, for them to kind of tending to like close themselves up, but not from other people, but from their own emotions, you know, because they just don't want to. It seems like when they were kids, maybe, or in a previous relationship, they opened up their heart, somebody took advantage of it, so now they're still giving, because they're very kind people. They're still giving, but then again, they're just not really sharing how they feel within themselves, you know. And this is a very similar to this card. But on top of that, we see 10 of Cups. As you can see, this card here is it's usually the card that's you know, it's a card of like the ultimate happiness, I would say. And here we see this card as some kind of a celebration, marriage perhaps, you know. We see a few cups here. If you can see, like, they're broken here, but they're kind of far away, you know. This is the most, somebody's looking, like picking from this I don't know if you can, if it's focusing, but somebody's on looking through, like picking from behind the curtain, you know. But generally, it's a very beautiful and bright card that always talks about that you opening up your heart, and finally you're ready to receive this happiness, you know. And whatever things are, maybe some enemies or somebody, you know, they're not invited, and some broken glass, it's far away. You are the main focus, you know, because I feel like the happiness is always, it's always the choice, you know, and it comes when we're ready to receive it, you know, to accept it. And I feel like this person, because they're doing something they really enjoy right now, I feel like it's a healing of a sort, you know, because it's I feel like it's just a healing of their inner child kind of thing, you know. They're ready to open up more, and they're ready for this union, because with this it's very like I said, with group number 1, it feels like this person is 100% ready for the union. We'll see what's going to happen here, but it seems like this is not like happening. This is not going to be, you're not going to have to wait for a long time for this union. Well, let's see with group number with person number 2. So we got the Tower here. The group number 1, like I said, got the Tower as well in the same position. So we have Strength in reverse here, King of Cups, and 4 of Pentacles. So with the Tower, what I like to do usually, I pull up a few extra cards just to kind of see what's what the Tower takes away, I would say, and what the Tower brings into this relationship. So Let me just put a few cards for this. And as I'm shuffling, what I'm seeing here definitely is it's just weirdly similar to group number one, the situation here, because it seems like this person went through their like a breaking point before, and now they're kind of sitting in the throne and just waking up to their own power. But it seems like you or if this is the counterpart, that at the present moment, that's where they're going through right now, Okay, so yes, interesting. So what we have here is Hermit and Queen of Swords, which is a very clear indicator of this is a very, very lonely energy for sure, I would say. Similar thing is here, been single for quite some time, and really, really looking forward for meeting the one, I guess. And obviously, if you're looking at this reading, this is the question you have. But I feel like some people are just curious, and some people are just feel like I can't live alone, and like I need somebody in my life, kind of thing. Like a very kind of like, I wouldn't say desperate, but there's sometimes there is some like desperation that's happening. And what happens, since there is a Hermit in the past with the Strength in reverse in the past, that really tells me that this person is coming from a place of either, if it's a relationship, it was an abusive kind of relationship where they felt like there is nothing they can do about this relationship. And for most of the people, I feel like, or for a huge chunk of whoever is watching or who resonates with this, it's about relationship to me. It's about relationship, not only a relationship with like a love relationship or romantic relationship, friends as well. Just bringing people into your life that are kind of, there's a lot of I feel this energy, feeling of guilt. There's a lot of people who felt that you have issues with feeling guilty, and they took advantage of it. So this kind of like narcissist, toxic environment relationship, that the people who would be really friendly with you and then become your friends, or you will have a romantic relationship with them, but then they know how to manipulate you because they know that you have the issue with feeling guilty, so they would kind of just press into this wound more and more just to get what they want, or to get their way, or to get more attention or more energy from you. So I feel like this group had their fair share of energetic vampires or emotional vampires around them for quite some time, because they felt disempowered, and they brought some people who would not really see their power either, because it's just, like when you have, like, I would say, convenient friend. Like, you're just convenient for somebody, if it's a relationship, it's just a convenience, It was a really, really tough time, it seems like, emotionally. And it all comes from, like I said, from a place of disempowerment, because you didn't feel like you deserve something. Or maybe there was some kind of a breakup situation where you felt like at some point of your life, or their life, or your life, like in your 20s or even teens, there was somebody who like seriously messed up with your heart, and ever since you didn't close up like this person maybe did, but instead you kind of just accepted this, and you said, you didn't say it out loud, but you know what I mean, like subconsciously there's a program that says, yes, I'm worthless. So you started to kind of have these people in your life who are not bad people, but they're just very hungry for other people's energy, it seems like, who would constantly how do I say it? Who would constantly just like with microaggressions just bring you down, or if you start doing something, they don't really help you. It's a very narcissistic tendencies from what I'm saying here. Always kind of keeping your self-esteem on the low when you start to do something or they start to do something. I mean, this group, if it's it's the counterpart, you know, if they start to do something that they enjoy, you know, and you know, people would see that their self-esteem rises, and they will make sure to bring them down or bring you down again, you know. So this is a pretty messed up energy here. I don't know, I didn't want to sound really like negative, you know, but this is how I feel. I felt a lot of like disempowerment, and I also felt like you have, or they have such a pure again kind heart, so you would be in this kind of thing and you would still try to bring light into this kind of like dark energy. And I wouldn't say that it's just always dark and negative all the time. It's just you go about your life, everything is fine, but you just somehow tend to meet these toxic people who would just somehow would always make you feel guilty for something you did, and you just try to please them again, and you just try to please them again. And it seems like right now, what's going on right now, this person, this group, let's say group 2, right, here, they started to just kind of waking up to their own power and saying no and putting out healthy boundaries, which is very, very important, and saying no to people. This is why we have Tower, because it seems like if it was a relationship, you are going through a breakup right now, and like I said earlier, it was a very lonely energy. So maybe it's this guy, if you or they were in a relationship right now, so this is kind of thing when you're in a relationship but you feel like you're alone still, you know, very lonely, even though you are in a relationship. Or if you know, like with some people, you have so many friends, you're in a relationship, but somehow you just feel like you're by yourself all the time, you know, kind of thing. So it's either just cutting away old ties with going through a breakup, just finally saying no to certain people and be like, no, I deserve better, or even maybe with a relationship and with your friend, you know, like with everything all together, just starting to kind of cut things out. And it feels like you felt like this or they felt like this for a long time, but something started to happen. Maybe it seems like the universe started to push you in a certain direction and be like, you know what, it's time for you. You really want to liberate yourself, so it's time. So it's time for you to get free. So maybe if it's the relationship, you finally, I don't know, this person cheated on you or something like that, you know, the person that was in a relationship here. Or if it's a friendship, they started to lie directly, you know, to your face, something like that, and you just started to look at this and see, like, why do I don't deserve this. I don't want to be in this position anymore. I'm so down with this. And you kind of started to cut these people out, and it's a little bit painful. So you're going through this process that is very energy consuming, but it's so extremely liberating for you, because we see Queen of Swords here. Like I said, you see this Queen of Swords is brings in upright position, brings clarity, you know. And what does it say here? Let me read. It says, God, the hope of all the earth, ritual and ceremony can acquire all the treasures of heaven and earth, you know. So this is what I feel like as well for you here, is that you're cutting the old patterns and old ties that are not serving you, were not serving you for a long time. It is painful, of course, but at the same time, it feels so liberating, and you started to have a clearer picture, because there is less people who can actually distort your vision and distort how you think or feel about yourself. You're not, there's less, because this group of people is the people who probably look for a lot of external validation. And when you surrounded by people who are never validating you, you know, or just validating when it's convenient for them, you know. And once you start cutting this all out and saying, you know what, I'm my own person, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to do it, you see a clearer picture, you know. You started to feel less guilty, because you know, you realize that you didn't do anything wrong, you know. So it's you, maybe if you're going through this right now, or this person or this your counterpart is going through this right now, maybe it's you didn't realize that they didn't realize that yet, like at this particular moment, but it seems like they're moving towards this, so they at least feel more liberated. They still feel guilty, they still fight with their feeling of guilt. It's still painful, but at the same time it's like, you know what, it's actually lighter, like I can actually move around, more. And it seems like you just throwing away all this like burden you were just carrying all the time, being this emotional support for other people or convenient for other people, for basically just paying for this with your own energy. Here in the future we see Four of Pentacles and King of Cups, which again, the Four of Pentacles and King of Cups, since we got the two cards here as well, so I would put it the same way. And I would say with Four of Pentacles, how do I put it? First of all, I also forgot to say we have three major arcanas here, which means that, or they have three major arcanas here, which means that this is a very, very significant time you were going through, or they were going through, and moving from this to King of Cups, it's couldn't be a better indicator, especially after Queen of Swords, like we see here, to King of Cups, because King of Cups to me, it's all about just first of all, it's emotional. The King of Cups is very emotional. It's all about just creative flow and being in the flow and just like expressing yourself creatively. For in this deck it has a little bit of a different meaning. It says here, recitation finds stolen objects and discovers the person responsible, God seeing everything. The King of Cups, so this one to me is a lot about intuition as well, and also about God seeing everything. With, like I said, with this Queen of Swords, you have a clearer vision because you have less distortion and you have less destruction in your life right now. You started to, instead of basing your own view of life on some different opinions of people that don't really serve you, you start basing it on your own beliefs and just realizing that everybody have their own truth, and this is what you need to use as a base to kind of move forward. So you start to see a clearer picture, and with King of Cups you start rediscover again your intuition, and you see clearer, you see your path clearer, and you can finally express yourself fully. It's a very beautiful time of liberation, especially with this, like I said, the Four of Pentacles, that I just realized that it says, this is the God liberating the oppressed, self-atonement, cure mental illness, deliverance from persecution. This card has a little bit of a different meaning in traditional tarot, but this is exactly what I was saying, liberating the oppressed. And it seems like you've been oppressed for a very long time. You started this pattern by yourself, or they started this pattern by themselves, and then just kind of attracted, because everything in life is kind of like the reflection of whatever you have within. So started attract more and more this weird patterns in your life, and people obviously who literally distorted the way you see world, so you couldn't, at some point you couldn't really move freely, and now it's a beautiful time of liberation. And Tower usually brings liberation, takes everything that doesn't serve you anymore and just leaves you with only this that is for your highest good. And in this particular case, it seems like that whoever's going through this actually expected this or waited this for a very long time. They wanted to be liberated, and it's finally here, and they're moving into this beautiful time. Also, the King of Cups is the indicator of like a father figure, or somebody who is very caring and mature that comes into their life if we talk about love. And this is what I was saying. Again, this is not a really gender specific. It could be a woman or a man. It doesn't really matter, but that's what I'm saying, is that it's just like a parent figure that comes and cares for you and cares about you, especially with this energy when you've had so many people who are just kind of how do I say, stomping on your heart kind of thing, you know, just not caring, you know, and somebody comes into your life who just accepts you fully and gives you this space and gives you this feeling of just finally feeling safe, you know. It's a very beautiful connection here, and yeah, I love it. Yeah, let me see the steps that necessary to be made for the union to come. So we have 9 of Wands here and 4 of Cups. Okay. And for the person number 2, we have it was 5 of Cups. It was in reverse, right? It's a 5 of Cups of 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, let me see. So what are the steps here? 9 of Wands and 4 of Cups. Oh, I just realized something. So the 9 of Wands, this is the 9 of Wands here as well. So this is the same card. So I think the steps are, this is what I was saying, you know, opening up to not being afraid, to open up to their emotion and receive the good, you know, because like I said, this person might have some problem with the receiving. They give too much but they don't receive. So the steps, if this is you, learn to receive, learn to ask for help if you need, learn to express how you the emotions you feel, especially again with 4 of Cups. Let me read it for you here. It says the God deflecting evil, healing capacity, protection from weapons, safety and travel. You know, healing capacity. So basically deflecting evil. So that's what I'm saying. Open up to good things, open up to happiness, you know, because it seems like you or they are doing pretty well, you know, right now in other fields. So, and if you want to be happy, if you want to be happy romantically, start opening up to other people about how you feel, what you feel, and just with this 9 of Wands twice, just don't be afraid, I would say, you know. Just know that your emotions are as valuable as the feelings and emotions of other people. Here it says the universal medicine, elevation of the soul, and the revelation of mysteries, God, the impenetrable secret, right? Okay, so it has a little bit of, like I said, of a different meaning here, but to me, this speaks a lot about, like I said, putting your guards down. But if this person had their, this person didn't have any boundaries, it seems like, because everyone's just kind of like, you know, in your personal, just like, just throwing like parties in your personal space. So this person, again, they had very strong boundaries, but mostly against themselves, against how they feel and their pain and their emotions, you know. So it's a time to start healing this, you know. It's time to stop distracting yourself from how you feel and what you're feeling. And I would really recommend a good friend, or if you can talk to about how you feel, or maybe I would suggest to go to a therapist, you know, somebody who will help you navigate, you know, and connect to your true self, because this is a very interesting example for the person who is kind of very closed from their emotions, you know, from themselves to other people. They're so open and they're so loving, you know. So because usually when people are closed, it's like they're emotionally unavailable, not only for themselves but for everyone else. This is a little bit different situation here. You're emotionally unavailable from yourself but emotionally open to others, you know. So the guards you have here are only against yourself, you know. So this is a very interesting combination here. So this person will kind of will teach you to open up, you know, more for yourself, and this person will provide you with a safe space and with the safe boundaries, you know. So with this 5 of Pentacles here as a step for this person, I would say, again, you see, let me just show you this picture, this image, you know. We have this we have this broken pentacles, you know, that are just breaking. And to me, for some reason, the first time I saw this card here, the first thing I see is kind of, you know, fixing this, like reversing, because it's in reverse, reverse this, like the you know, the breaking point. So basically these coins were falling down and just breaking, but if we reverse this, if it were like a little video clip, right, you would see that they would come together, you know, be whole, and then just get into the back, and the back is not is gonna get fixed, and it's just all gonna be intact, right? So this is what I feel. It's time to kind of reverse and just get your power back. Again, healthy boundaries, you know, and this, it's, to me, is a very interesting representation of your energy field, you know, because you don't really have, or they didn't really have healthy boundaries, you know. It seems like there is a breach energetically, that somebody would take a lot of your energy, and it would, for a lot of you, it would really affect your financial situation. You know, you'd say, I work so hard, I do so much, why am I not having any money? What's going on? Well, the reason is because somebody is just taking all your energy, you know. And it's not really, we live in a materialistic world. It's really hard to connect, being like, oh yeah, somebody's just you know, draining me emotionally. Why don't I have any money? Well, because this is it seems like you're on a higher level. It seems like you're not really respecting your own you know, precious energy. You know, we care so much about the money flow. We think, oh, if I have $50,000, I'm going to, you know, invest, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to buy this. So we carefully think of how we're going to spend every penny in the amount that will come, you know, to us. But when it comes to our energy, we tend to just kind of throw it around, you know, and just not really care. But it is the base. This is how you get everything you want, you know, through this energy flow, you know. So to me, it's more about reversing certain things, you know, saying no where you were supposed to say no for a long time, saying yes where you're supposed to say yes for a long time, to your more like to yourself, right? And just like fixing things back, you know, and gluing basically everything together is and healing, you know. So this is a process. I think I already shared you know, the process of reversing and just claiming back your own power, kind of thing. Okay, so the card of the ultimate union, we have the groundhog spirit, time to let go. And this is the now also for whoever is watching, this is the final, I would say, advice, right? So this is a very interesting thing to me with the groundhog spirit, number 31. If we can see here, that reduces to 4. We have 4 of cups here and 4 of pentacles here. So there's a lot of 4s, which to me always speaks about divine timing, and that the worst times are behind. Whenever I see 444, it always I know it's always a clear indication that, you know, everything is going to be fine. The worst time is behind you, you know. And it always works to me. Also, 3 and 1 to me here is all about one's creative expression, you know. And it seems like this person is creatively expressing themselves, and this person is on the way to claim their power back and start creatively expressing themselves, which is beautiful. Another thing, groundhog spirit, whenever I see this card, there's a little bit of a different meaning in the book, but to me, because the cards speak to me here, you know, is the Groundhog Day movie, you know, the sameness and things that are not really changing until you do the right thing, you know. So pretty much, especially for this person, it seems like, again, it seems to me that a lot of you who are watching this right now, this is you here, and this is the counterpart. And the groundhog spirit is if it's for you, it's the time to break all this negative and toxic patterns, you know. Start building your healthy boundaries again, and just kind of you know, fixing all these broken pentacles, and you know, stitching all of that breaches in your energy field, you know. And like it says here, time to let go. If this is the person, the main advice for you is to let go of all the old patterns as well, but you're keeping against themselves, you know. Here we letting go of other people as well. So as a union card to me here, it's, I feel like it's one of the what I feel for this union is very beautiful, because I look still at 31, and to me it's about creatively expressing. And I feel like when this union will come, it's going to be a very creative union. You know, you'll probably be creating something and expressing yourself creatively. When I say expressing yourself creatively, I don't really mean, it doesn't really matter if you're painting or playing piano or opening up your own business. It's something that you're doing by yourself, and you're your own boss. And it seems like you're going to do it in parallel. You're going to be doing it separately from each other, but you both are going to be evolving and developing in this sense, you know, very independent energy, which is amazing, you know, because there is a lot of dependence on other people. There was a lot of dependence on again, this closed heart, and I'm just gonna give and not receive anything, you know. So wow, it's a very, what I get from this group also, a lot of liberation, you know. So in this union, probably traveling a lot. Again, if you're watching in 2020, it's probably hard to believe, but we will be traveling, you know, soon, and everything's gonna go back to normal at some point. So there's a lot of traveling involved here, probably again because you're gonna be, you know, your own bosses. So you're not, it's a remote job, you're not connected to certain things. So there's a lot of traveling, there is a lot of just beautiful people and things around you, and it almost sounds like it's too good to be true. Whoever's watching it right now, in 2 years from now, if you would see this picture of this union, you would say, oh, it sounds like a fairy tale. I cannot believe in this. And I feel like at some point you'll be pinching yourself and be like, is this my life? What happened? You know, how did my life turn into a Hallmark movie? You know, because it was not like that, you know, this kind of vibe. So it seems to me that you or they are going through this process already. This is already, everything is happening here. So I feel like this union is very, very, like, it's right around the corner, you know. And since I feel like here this person has done more, or like the job has been done, you know, pretty much just accepting to learning to receive. It's a lot about this person just really cutting all the old patterns and just starting value themselves a little bit more, you know, but just like doing right decisions, or healthy decisions towards themselves, you know. And this union will happen soon, because what is divine timing when we say? I don't think it's a linear, you know. It's not from a linear perspective of time. It's like a certain day it's going to happen. The divine timing is when all the pieces of the puzzle just come together, you know. So when everybody do their part, their work, and then, you know, it happens. So it seems like this person is going pretty well and pretty fast to this union, you know. So this person is doing the same thing, but the faster they would just let all of that bullshit go, I'm sorry, you know, and start, I just repeating it 300 times because I feel it's so important. Just have this healthy boundaries and just know that they're worthy of being happy, loved. They're worthy of feeling safe. Things will start changing for them really fast, and this union will happen literally in a snap, you know. So yeah, guys, group 2, you just I think it's a very long reading I've given, and a lot of things I said and maybe repeated myself 300 times, because I love to do that, because some things I feel like so important to just kind of repeat them over and over again. But I hope it resonated, and yeah, look forward for this, because this is going to be amazing. And if you're just feeling uncertain or down right now, don't be. Just keep on doing, just keep on pushing, because literally liberation is right here, you know. And you should already be feeling, you know, lighter, and work on the feeling of guilt, because this is one of the most toxic feelings you can actually experience as a human being, and they're just don't make any sense, to be honest with you. So work through this as well. So thank you so much for watching group 2. I really love this reading, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and it helped you in certain ways. So please share in the comments if you want. Let's have a conversation. I would like to hear what you guys think about it. Like this video, subscribe if you enjoyed it, and see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Love and light for you. Bye.